What if I told you Mozart could hear an entire symphony in his head before he ever touched a single key? Not a melody, not a riff, an entire orchestral masterpiece from start to finish. It's not just talent, it's how his brain was wired. And the crazy part? You can train your brain to process sound more like Mozart's, whether you're a musician or not. Stick around, and I'll show you how to unlock this hidden superpower using neuroscience. Section 1. Explain the brain science concept. Mozart's musical genius wasn't just about having a good ear. It was about how his brain processed sound, memory, and pattern recognition. Researchers today believe that Mozart had what's called enhanced auditory working memory, meaning he could hold and manipulate sounds in his mind the same way most of us work with visual images or words. Now here's where it gets wild. In brain scans of professional musicians, especially composers, the auditory cortex, prefrontal cortex, and cerebellum are lit up like a Christmas tree. But in Mozart's case, these regions were hypersynchronized. They didn't just light up, they talked to each other with insane efficiency. Think of it like this. Most of us stream music on 4G. Mozart, he was hardwired to a fiber optic connection. This allowed him to take in musical patterns, remember them with ridiculous accuracy, and manipulate them mentally, flipping melodies, layering harmonies, hearing instruments before a single note was played. Real life story, make it relatable. Let's bring this down to earth. Imagine you're in the shower and you get a melody stuck in your head. You hum it, maybe even imagine a drum beat behind it. Now imagine that same experience, but you can hear the full arrangement, strings, horns, dynamics, tempo shifts. You can pause it, rewind, edit. That's how Mozart described hearing music. In a letter, he once wrote that he could hear the entire composition at once, as if it were all present in a single moment. Not note by note, but all at once. Now, let's be real. Most of us aren't born with that. But that doesn't mean your brain can't evolve in that direction. In fact, science shows it can. Neuroscience hack, how to train your brain like Mozart's. Let's talk about hacking your auditory brain. There are 3 key areas you can target. 1. Neuroplasticity through active listening. Instead of passively listening to music, try active decoding. Choose a song. Close your eyes. Focus on one instrument. Follow it through the entire track. Then switch to another. Then try to mentally recreate the song afterward. You're building auditory memory, a key part of Mozart's genius. On our 2, chunking and pattern training. Mozart's brain was excellent at chunking patterns. He didn't remember every note. He remembered relationships between notes. This is exactly how chess masters remember board positions, by recognizing familiar patterns. You can train this by listening to music theory breakdowns or playing with software that isolates musical stems. The more patterns you recognize, the more your brain connects them subconsciously. 3. Cross-modal mental rehearsal. Here's the weird one. Mozart may have used visual and spatial thinking while composing. To mimic this, try visualizing music. See the waveforms, the piano roll, the movement of notes like colors or shapes. This activates your visual cortex alongside your auditory cortex, increasing cross-brain connectivity. The more senses involved, the more durable the memory and the deeper the understanding. Real-world application, not just for musicians. Now you might be thinking, cool, but I'm not trying to be the next Mozart. But here's the catch. Training your auditory brain doesn't just help with music. It improves your verbal memory, focus and attention, language learning, emotional regulation through sound. In fact, people who do active listening exercises regularly show increased gray matter in the brain regions related to memory and emotion. And here's something wild. Doctors now use musical auditory training to help stroke patients relearn speech faster, because music builds neural bridges that words alone can't. Fun fact, Mozart versus modern composers. Here's a brain bender. Mozart could hear it all in his mind. Modern composers? Most rely on DAWs, digital audio workstations, to hear what they're building in real time. That's not bad, but it means they're outsourcing auditory memory to tech. Mozart did the entire mixdown in his head. What if you could regain some of that ability? Practical and easy to start. Here's a simple 5-minute-a-day habit that can change your brain. 1. Pick a song without lyrics. 2. Play it once. 3. Replay it, but only focus on one instrument. 4. Now pause. Close your eyes. Try to hear it mentally. 5. Repeat with another instrument or try to hum it back. You're literally building mental rehearsal loops, the same kind that Mozart and elite musicians use. And it works. Within weeks, your brain gets better at auditory recall, faster at recognizing patterns, and more sensitive to nuance. This is neuroplasticity, and it's beautiful to witness. Wrap up, powerful emotional close. Mozart wasn't just born a genius. He trained his brain, intentionally or not, to process sound in a way most of us never learn to. But here's the truth. Every brain, including yours, is capable of change, of unlocking new senses, of hearing the world differently. Your brain doesn't need to be like Mozart's, but it can learn from his. So next time you hear a song, don't just listen. Decode it, feel it, play with it in your mind. Because inside your ears is a symphony waiting to be awakened. If this made your brain go, wait, what? Go ahead and hit like. That's a little dopamine for both of us. And if you want more brain hacks rooted in real neuroscience, subscribe. Every week, we turn complex psychology into simple, powerful upgrades for your everyday life. So go ahead, give your ears a workout. Mozart would be proud.